Now, but you can't deny that the French have always been very creative in designing machinery. You know, whether it be cars that are very quirky or airplanes. I mean, they were pioneers of aviation, and they still are with their Airbuses. But yes, especially in aviation as well, they have always been very innovative. For example, the Airbus A380, a plane that is very unusual. I mean, you don't really see a double-decker anywhere else in aviation. But, you know, the A380 surely wasn't the first double-decker airliner the French came up with. We have another double-decker, and we can already hear it, because it's from the 1940s. Everybody, yes, today it is once again time to talk about the very beautiful Br&eacute, the double-decker Br&eacute 763. Again, you can very much hear it. It looks quite quirky. It has a very huge nose landing gear, 4 engines, a very potent vertical stabilizer design, and yes, indeed, windows and 2 decks. Everybody, the 1949 Dupont, which was retired in 1971. Only 20 of these planes were built. It has the best safety record of any airplane of this time ever built as well. And, well, it lives on now in the X-Plane Flight Simulator, because there's like a refreshed update here for X-Plane 12. There's the F-Mod sound module, where you can truly hear those very interesting radial engines from the late 40s, the Br&eacute Dupont. And let me go ahead and step into this very interesting airplane. We have a 3D cockpit here. Might not be the most realistic still. There's some lighting bugs going on, but we don't care. It's a very metallic, very shiny cockpit. It didn't look like that in real life. Yes, maybe. But this gives us an idea of what it is like to be in a 1940s double-decker. Let me go ahead and get into the cabin. I think that's where we find the most interesting stuff. Yes, under full load, this plane in real life was quite large, and it could seat quite an amount of people on its 2 deck. If you were to fully seat it, it would seat up to over 130 people. We can't see any people here except of a very non-contemporary flight attendant. I don't think a water bottle with the labeling Balu was a thing back then. But yes, this plane was relatively popular in French air transport, flying from London to Paris, but also to, you know, North Africa, you know, due to the colonial routes in Algeria, for example. So yes, this plane knew the desert as well. But let's go ahead and let's maybe go further, actually. We can see quite a lot in this quite old airline add-on. We can open the cabin door to the toilet. And, there we go. This is how we can get inside. It looks like this. Quite nice. We have got okay, we were a proper vampire. I don't even know why we're going that deep into detail. I don't really get why there's tiles here. Anywho, things looking good in the upper deck. Now let's maybe go into the lower deck, which I guess would have been the premium deck. Here we have a little bit more lounge feeling to it, kind of the reverse thing that we have on the A380 nowadays. But hey, this is quite nice. We still have those square windows. Those were still a thing in the 1940s. And check this out. Is that the exit? Why is there this stuff? I guess it is the exit. No, that's the kitchen. That's quite nice. Yes, everybody, flying back in those days of the 40s was obviously still a luxury. And so you got a luxury experience. You have a second bathroom here. Also with tiles and even a window view. That is amazing. Yes, I would have loved to fly on this airplane. So let's maybe go ahead and fly it now. There's some smoke here. I don't like it. Yes, everybody. There we go. Let's go full power. Obviously, this is, we can already hear and feel the reason why this plane didn't really last long, despite it, you know, being very nice of an airplane. Again, there was not ever a crash on one of these planes. All of them survived. There was only one time where one plane did an emergency landing and then was repaired. All right, so let's maybe do a flight test here out of St. Bartholomew. This plane probably wouldn't have been able to fly here, but that is great. My frames per second are kind of lacking, but there we go. We are flying somewhat. We have very little power. This plane's not able to get out. Oh, no, we're not able to pass the mountain. There's no way. All right, so the St. Bartholomew test definitely not approved, but that's just what happens. Let's maybe go to France or something. Yes, it becomes quite obvious from the start that this plane was lacking proper engines. You know, engines like turboprop engines to be actually able to get some power. I mean, the top speed of this plane was like 200 knots, like 300 kilometers an hour, but not much more than that. Which, you know, would probably make a flight across the Mediterranean Sea like 5,000 hours long. Also, we need a 5,000 kilometer long runway to fly this plane off the ground. Maybe it's because of the huge landing gear. that, you know, it's too much resistance. Although I think the huge landing gear was just required in order to operate on airports of that time. If we put the landing gear up, there we go. That looks absolutely beautiful. You know what? Maybe this add-on is a little bit flawed. That doesn't seem to work very well. So that's not a very powerful plane. Sorry. Everybody, the Brigade de Pons. Let me put the landing gear up once again. Yes, that is beautiful. Come on. Let's go give us a little bit more power so that we can actually land. Something you shall not do with this add-on. Coming for a landing here. I'm pretty sure we are at Palma de Mallorca. I'm pretty sure the plane landed here in real life back, you know, between the 50s and the 70s. Actually quite a realistic flight. There we go. We're able to do this. Beautiful. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. We've just done a landing and this plane is able to stop very quickly. We don't have reverse thrust, obviously. This is not an A380, but this is, once again, a propeller radial engine. Now, you might be wondering, well, why didn't they make this plane to withstand time? Why didn't they upgrade it over the 20 years it flew? Why didn't they put turboprop engines to it? Well, they wanted to. The British wanted to produce a 767 version of the Dupont, which would have turboprop engines, but they, did not come to fruition. I mean, something we can try is getting the turboprop engines from the C-130, practically transferring over the data here in the plane maker. Go, returbine, practically doubling the power here from 2.4 thousand horsepower to 4.3 thousand. All right, that is actually looking quite good. Let's go ahead and save this airplane and hope that I didn't ruin it. Let's reload it here in the flight simulator and see. Well, what have we done to the engines? Have we saved the airplane? All right, there we go. Oh yeah, that sounds like turboprop magic to me. This would have been possible. Although I'm not quite sure. Does this work? I hope so. All right, now with C-130 engines, we can just hear how much more RPMs we have with these. Check this out. And a whole lot more speed. There we go. This plane goes like, well, a lot faster than before. Again, something that would have been totally possible to do. All right, come on, let's take off with our new turboprop brigade. Hopefully it doesn't take, there we go, looking good. And with twice the power, we're actually kind of fast. So this could have worked. I'm pretty sure the French didn't save their prop plane because simply, you know, they were already figuring out stuff about the Caravelle. So jet planes, they already had all that. I mean, their new jet plane practically rendered the Dupont obsolete, as it could carry the same amount of passengers anyway. Oh yes, the Brigade, truly a beautiful airplane that aged very poorly and quickly got too old. Come on, let me see. I want to operate at St. Barthélemy. It's a French island. Oh yes, Air France, a new route indeed, with turboprop. Now, the airlines that used this plane was Air Algérie, Air France, and Silver City from the UK. They also used this weird fake 747 thing that everyone hates. But also, this plane had a big career in the Air Force. You know, the good old nuclear warhead testing. Come on, we go ahead and go full power in our new turboprop engines. What the hell's going on with the flight simulator? All right, and we're finally able to move. This thing reminds me of like a big pig that just doesn't want to move. You know what I mean? Come on, piglet. I guess this plane would have needed jet engines in order to actually make all this. There we go. We made it now. And we do finally have enough power to get above the place, above the hill. Oh, that is close. That is close. Come on. You can make it successfully out of St. Barthélemy. Why are we losing so much speed again? I thought these turboprop engines kind of helped, but they don't. Good stuff. Well, I guess it's when we try landing it. Of the Brigade de Pont, the double-decker. Not a very successful plane because it very quickly went outdated, and that's what I'm gonna say. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. Now, thank you very much to my highly supporting members like Jamie Ashton, Mike C, James Duram, Ragings, Met RLG, Matt Van Z, Moritz, Bellhausen, Knots Enthusiast, Shadow, New York, Ryland Williams, Kelly Chaos, John O'Brien, and I'm addicted to Airbus A380s. Thank you.